Right under the invocation is our affirmation that we say together with enthusiasm. I am that I am, the light of the living God, and therefore I am free and going. Ignite my soul with thy spirit, O God, I pray. On the other half of the program, our events and activities are going up this upcoming week and the rest of the month. This Saturday, my teacher, Dr. Beck, is going to be giving individual prophecies. Last Saturday, we had the group prophecies. And this week is my appointment. It starts at 9 o'clock on there. And so all in set an appointment up. But we need to have it coordinated with our Zoom and everything. That'll be done the 19th and the 26th. Our healing meditation today is going to be done by Reverend Tanya.
Tanya, we can't hear you.
Okay, thank you, Reverend David. Now, everyone make yourselves comfy and relax. As you invite the divine presence to surround and infill you with loving and infinite protection, to ignite wisdom, compassion, faith, and knowing, you allow the healing light energy to move through and around you. Breathe in and breathe out and release. Allow the divine within to calm thought and emotion. Now gently bring your awareness to your center, that quiet place within you, anchoring you to the seat of your soul. Sense the stillness here. The light of crystal clear clarity brings into focus any blocks, thoughts, words, emotions, words, actions, ready to be released, to make way for and to allow your highest good. Breathe in, calm, breathe out, and release. Recognize the nature and connection between thoughts, emotions, and body. Release all cares, concerns, and stress, tension and preoccupation, and allow healing in heart, mind, body, and spirit. Notice the ease with which these thoughts, emotions, words, and intention of actions leave you, how they dissipate into the ethers of your kind, loving, beautiful universe. Visualize these and all dis at ease leaving you, that which is no longer wanted or applicable in your life, from every aspect of your life and being, including mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual, including your past, present, and future self, and your everywhere self. Allow forgiveness of the beautiful self and allow healing. Replace. Breathe in, ignite, allow, and accept the divine abundance of knowing. Breathe in faith, breathe in knowing. Here in your center, suspend all judgment. Allow the loving healing of the divine to move through and around you, to disentangle and lift away threads and connections to all you now release. The divine, living, loving, healing light surrounds you, lifting you and bringing to you your highest and best. Feel the healing balm of relief as outer concerns fall away. You easily move into confidence, ignite the knowing within your anchored self, and allow the divine of healing to wash over your beautiful feet, which have stood for you, walked for you, and rested with you. Now, with your mind's eye, allow the healing of your legs Dwell in this loving, peaceful energy where you may. Ankles, knees, hips. Relax, recognize, release, and allow this light to move from the base of your spine to your pituitary and pineal glands. Now to your shoulders, releasing those responsibilities that do not belong to you. Feel your shoulders relax as you release and allow, knowing you carry out your responsibilities for the highest and best of all concerned. Rest your awareness and the energy as it moves down your arms and into your hands. Imagine your tingling hands sending this light, this loving energy into your lower torso, your upper torso, healing everything. So very grateful for God's grace for perfect healing. Now into your chest and feel the healing with each beat of the heart and the rhythm of your breath. Breathe, relax, recognize, release. Allow and know love and compassionate healing with each beat of your beautiful heart. Feel this healing light now move gently into your throat, through and around your neck, jaws, softening your eyes, forehead, entire face, and then through and around your head, so that this peaceful, loving, and healing energy is active within and throughout your entire being, from the tips of your toes, again to your pituitary and pineal glands, to the crown of your head and beyond. Here in the every center, your every center, your faith and knowing and divine healing pervade your being from the cellular to the etheric. You are recalibrated, refreshed, and renewed. Expand to fill the room around you. Surround the city, country, world, out into the universe, and back again. The great I am within you echoes, peace, I am still. You are anchored in your center of peace as you move through life. As thoughts of your own life, conditions of those you love, or worldly concerns come to mind, you easily and effortlessly transmute their vibration through your prayers, affirmation, and visualizations, through the vibrations you offer. These transcend all outward barrier of border, geography, ideology, and time. You easily and effortlessly channel this healing light, igniting and infusing each and every prayer. The universe takes it from there. Very gently, return your focus to who you are, to your here and now, bringing with you the awareness of the healing, faith, and knowing, and extend this to others you meet as you move through on your path of life. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Tanya. Our speaker today is our associate pastor. And on her unfoldment, I know she's going to knock some words of unfoldment for you. And I use that word lightly. Reverend Angie.
Thank you, Reverend David. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You can all see me past the computer here. Today, Tanya, Reverend Tanya, thank you so much for that beautiful meditation. The reason why she mentioned faith and knowing is that's what my talk is on, is faith. And we add knowing. Now, when you think of knowing, where in the world does that interlink with faith from everything that you've ever been taught? Because faith, spiritually, in any, church or religion, faith is used blindly. And what I mean by this is there is an acceptance of what is written without knowledge. And so absorbing the understanding behind that. Knowledge is not taught to us. We come into the world with knowledge. That's pretty powerful. It made me think about when I was a baby, and I recall this so well that I would be hearing what was going on, and I knew differently. I knew that certain things weren't right. Certain things didn't make sense because I've done it before. And I recall being in that space where I was getting frustrated because there was knowing there. There was knowing. And to accept that knowing is very powerful. It's a very powerful place where you can be in that faith knowing and living life this way. So faith, when we're talking about the 12 powers, when we talk about 12 powers, faith is in the center of the brain at the pineal gland. And faith quickens spiritual understanding. And the quickening of experiences is to know the whole value of them. So one does not take a long period of time to change. And that is super important, and at least for where I stand in my growing and healing, the quickening of my experiences is to know the value of them so that I can speed up the process and not sit in those experiences and wonder so many things that we do. We wonder, why did that happen? You know, who does this belong to? And it belongs to us. Every single experience that we are in, what we see, it belongs to us. It's a very powerful feeling to know that and to be it. And once you're in that understanding of being in it and seeing it for what it is, because there's metaphors everywhere, everywhere. Someone might say something and it's like, that belongs to me. You know, our messages, you know, when we get our messages here at the chapel and we're all sitting waiting for our message, but we just received 20 messages. You know, did we listen to those messages? So everything is a metaphor to us. Everything is for us. And when we're in that, knowing gets quicker, faith gets quicker. In my instance, I'm starting to realize that manifestation is quicker because I'm actually in it and I'm actually acknowledging. When I see something, it appears to be that I can complete the change even more faster. Reverend David hears me talking about all my experiences all the time, and you know, then I've got another one right behind it. Because it's like now, when you're in that zone of making the knowing happen, everything just, it gets quicker as you acknowledge and accept what you're doing. Then there'll be another one and another. And as you do it gracefully with just the appreciation that that's why we're all here. And that's why, you know, that's why we experience so many things that may not be so beautiful at times. At least we might not think it is, but it is. It really is. And absorb through those and get through those, digging in and really feeling what this is will speed it up. And spiritual faith includes assurance and immediate response, as I said. So trust is a really important point when we're talking about faith knowing. Trust that the law is wise, and trust is a part of faith. Trust leads to knowing, and knowing leads to faith. Faith, we've always talked about the planting of corn, right? So it is just like that. When corn's planted, we know that corn will be reaped. No question. We just walk away and let it do its business. And knowing that corn will be harvested is faith. So as we live our life, we think of it that way. So words of faith mobilizes one into action, and nothing shall be impossible. Knowing that anything can be, one will eventually find a way to do it. That is something that I've been working on, that I've been going back to things that I didn't have belief in myself for when I was younger, like say a teenager or something. And I thought that I wasn't good enough. Now I'm going back to those things and I'm enjoying the heck out of them because I know I can do it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start adding this in because it's a part of this dance. And it has turned out to be really great. And I'm actually pretty darn good at some of those things. So it's like, all right. Belief is another state that makes up faith. And faith is like a nation. Trust and belief are states in that nation. I know I probably should slow down for you on this one. The more trust and belief are experienced, the more faith there is. So the mind generates an energy that contacts the universal energy and causes the circumstances of an event to be in line with the attainment of an ideal. Swallow that. So I said, mind generates an energy that contacts the universal energy and causes the circumstances of an event to be in line with an attainment of an ideal. As ideas are attained, each person knows their identity, which is unique. Understanding that doubt, fear, poverty, dis-ease, and death have existed through mind. Then one makes changes, knowing that a higher power is in and through one is comfort. The will of God is that you will not suffer. And through I am, one has complete escape from sin, sickness, and death. Sin, sickness, and death are not punishment willed by God. They are a result, consequences of broken law. We talk about this in metaphysical principles quite a bit. And understanding the laws is involved in change and applying understanding. Now this is talking about the 12 powers. Applying understanding, imagination to the change. Will propels understanding and imagination into action. The change is clothed, which is formed by faith. I read a little bit from that from our principles because this is it's a very powerful experience right now for all of us to be in knowing what our truth is and knowing where we're going. There could be times here where it gets very confusing if you're watching television all the time. I mean, it's everywhere. It's all over the place. And yeah, it can get depressing if you're watching that stuff. Just know we're going to survive. We are strong. We are the most mightiest, most beautiful, smart, intelligent beings, more than we have ever used before. We'll be using them much more in the future. So I leave this with you today. Blessings. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Angie.
You're welcome.
Let us at this time take our own offering and tithe and place it between our hands. Let's give a blessing before we give. Mother, Father God, as we place between our hands that which you have given us, the strength and the power to have, we give to the source, put into the works and to the love, to those that we meet on their path of unfoldment, and for the functioning of this abode that you placed in our hands. We put into effect a law of tenfold return to each and every one that gives freely from the heart. And we thank those who are on Zoom are donating through the chapel. Just put your donation, walk over to the backyard, put it in there, and we keep our safe distance. Before we go into the messages, hi, Ed, how you doing?
Doing well, and you?
Thank you. All right. We are having a self-realization class on Tuesday, and we're going to be talking about obsession and possession. And I'm going to be the one that's going to be facilitating that. We also have a full moon ceremony. That's the 29th at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's a Tuesday. Okay. Now we're going to have messages now. Oh, God. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, thank you.
10. 8 and 6 is 42.
16,
We got time now. We have 5.
16 on YouTube.
No, it's because we have 3 computers.
Yeah,
No.
we got,
Okay.
so we got 5, 6,
4 meters.
No, Tanya?
Yeah.
Okay, Christy?
Oh, Christy, Ernestine, 5. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to ask all the mediums to give 3 messages. And I want to start out with Christy.
Warm us up, Christy.
Get us going here, Christy.
Okay then.
Guess she's putting on the shirt to warm up.
You know that we have I am me on this.
That is
That's
Ed,
Ed.
yes.
I know it is, I just wondered, we never saw you.
Well, we never saw you on the.
We never saw you on the
Zoom.
monitor.
That's when you were doing your stuff.
Okay, that's okay.
Good afternoon. Oh. William, may I come to you?
Yes.
So William, as I come into your presence, I'm thinking about something that's happened to me recently, and that is that I have changed domiciles. I moved to a new place. And there's a lot of finding the right space for everything I own. And in relation to you, I'm thinking that this is a matter of faith. Oh, hello.
Sorry.
And as Reverend Angie was talking about faith and knowing, you know, it's important to have the faith that no matter where we are and what we're doing, we will be led. There will be space, there will be a place, there will be a continuity and just the right opening. And I believe that is something that is resonating in your life. Just knowing, having the faith that yes, you will always find the right space. You will always have a place. And whatever it is that you bring with you, there will be a time and a space for that as well. So there's no need to worry or be anxious about, am I doing the right thing? And you know, any of those things. Everything falls into place at all times. There you And I leave that with you.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see who we have. Marie. Hello. May I come into, may I?
Hi.
Hi. I see Marie's face. And I heard a voice, but they don't seem to go together.
It's her video.
It's her,
It's her picture.
oh, it's her picture. Oh.
There we go.
There I am.
Oh, yeah. And then she just changed to Jennifer. This is a ginger, I see. Okay. All right. So Marie, as I come into your space today, into your presence, I'm also sensing this concept of being clear and being sure. There is a searching going on, and that searching will undoubtedly lead you to just the right place and the right space. And I'm feeling this, yes, the strong desire to know. And so the thing to do is just look for the signs, watch for all the signs, be open to anything that comes into your sphere, because the messages are there for you and will lead you to just the right place. And I leave that with you.
Great, thank you.
Tanya, may I come to you?
Yes, please. Thank you.
So Tanya, as I come to you, I feel this tremendous strength, a tremendous joy, and a giving over to the knowingness, turning yourself over to the faith and the knowingness. And it's very clear to all who encounter you that you move through your life with this pleasure and this connection. And so I thank you for that and celebrate that with you. I leave that with you.
Thank you. Thank you, Christy.
Thank you, Christine. And now I call in run for Tanya.
Thank you, Reverend David. So I'm not sure I can see everybody's in there. Let's see. Okay. Ernestina, may I come to you?
Yes, welcome.
Thank you. Okay. So Ernestina, I'm seeing a tree, and the tree is it's just a couple years old, so it's still young, you know, and it's very healthy and very filled with life. The branches are strong and symmetrical and filled with leaves, and it's a beautiful beautiful tree. The trunk is strong. It's not big yet, but it's, you know, it's strong. It's also very and because it's so strong, it's able to be flexible in the different winds and weathers of life. the the there are many different aspects of the earth energy, and which is also ash. Let me add earth energy, and also of people, uh, the energy of people that are feeding into this tree, which symbolizes to me the tree of life uh, for you. And so there are you. It's a you have a wonderful circle of people, the beautiful energy that they're giving, and I feel that this has created a garden of of a like sanctuary, like a sanctuary for for people who come into your presence. You offer this energy of safe and love, and the uh, the protection of the leaves and the branches over you and those who come into your are continuing to grow and reaching for the light. And it's an acknowledgement of your work and your inner work as well, your all your spiritual work. It's an acknowledgement. And the other message about it is, hey, it's okay to decorate it and enjoy. I leave that with you, Ernestina, Reverend Ernestina.
Thank you.
Jennifer, may I come to you? Is Jennifer still there? She is.
Yes, thank you. You're welcome.
Jennifer, I see you walking through, well, you're in a valley between ranges of mountains, and they're very tall. It seems like they're so tall, they seem daunting, but you're not in them. You're in the valley, which is very, very verdant, and there's a beautiful running river, and there are crops and trees and beautiful uh, earthly growth going on either side of the river. That your path you're taking is going along the river. There's it's a beautiful river, and it has a nice path. The part of the message is that this is where you are, and it's beautiful. And also there's another part of the message, which is, hey, you don't have to follow that path all the time. You can veer off and then come back. And because the veering off will take you into some interesting knowings, and you will learn a lot of and meeting others. And it's it doesn't diminish from the path, because you know exactly where the river is. You're always going to be able to go back to the flowing and source of that energy. I'm also seeing some crayons with you, and I as you might guess, it has to do with your creativity and playfulness and colorfulness. And I see you with these. They're not in a box. You've already taken them out. You're holding them like a bouquet, and you're waving them around. And it's like, okay, let people see that part of you. And I'll leave you with that, Jennifer.
Thank you very much, Reverend Tanya.
Is it a Niam?
Yes.
Is it my?
Thank you.
May I come to you, Niam?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Niam, I see a cup with you, more like a chalice. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yes.
Okay, so the chalice is beautiful, and you're holding it like this. You're holding it like that. This is distorted, but you're holding up this chalice, and currently it's like a flame, like the Olympic flame. If you're holding it up, and it's like, oh, here, this is, you're kind of holding this up, and it's the energy, you're holding it up, and it's beautiful. And the message with this is that it's a chalice, so it can also hold the calm of water. It can hold the calm of and cool of and the quenching of the beautiful energy of water, not just water, but of the etheric, the spiritual calming and cooling and quenching of the spiritual healing energy. So you have a vessel, but in it can hold many different things, and so you may be able to utilize it. So the message is for you to utilize it for all elements, to the elements that you need and that you may share with another or others. And I will leave that with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Reverend David.
Now I'd like to call on Reverend Ernestina.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ed, may I come to you?
Yes, please.
Ed, as I come to you today, I am getting the message that it's great to have you back, that you are on that path again, and that nurturing being or a person that is around you at all times is definitely the. And she says, I'll help you even at times where it appears to you that you feel like you're falling or going backwards. And when you get into that sensation, just know that she or he, that being, is with you at all times, stating, I am with you always, and I leave that with you. God bless.
Thank you. God bless.
Christy, may I come to you?
Yes, please.
Christy, as I come to you today, I see that wonderful nurturing being again with you. And at this home that you have just arrived, because it seems that way to you, and you've been so busy and involved, you are creating such a wonderful essence of love and peace and joy and understanding, and all those qualities that are within you, you're actually just releasing them all around your environment. And that is a wonderful essence that you're working on and continue to work on. And please stay on that path, because it's a marvelous, marvelous path that you're working on. And I leave that with you. Thank you. I don't know your name.
I would feel more comfortable if Reverend Angie or Reverend David.
Okay.
No.
No? So do I give them a message or go on to another one?
If they don't want a message, then they don't get a message.
Okay, all right. Okay, who else do we have? Glenn. Glenn, may I come to you?
Yes, please do.
Glenn, as I come to you today, our message today from Reverend Angie is definitely like really very much within your being. You have that wonderful faith, you have that knowing, and you have that presence about you. And you've actually, in your work, in your professional work that you've worked on throughout your life, you've actually used that very much, perhaps unknowing, but you've actually guided and helped so many people with that. And it is wonderful to know that you do carry that faith, that love, and that inner knowing within you. And I leave that with you. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Now I'd like to call on Reverend Angie.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What is your name?
My name is Jody.
Jody. May I come to you, Jody?
You certainly may.
So what I get immediately is nature and trees and plants and all these different things for you. It's like bids you, and you're here for it. And it nurtures you and you nurture it. And there's something about the energy between the two, and in that space is super important. And to, take a moment to breathe that in. If you haven't done this, I'm pretty sure you have. And but what's going on here is there's message in that meditation space for everything that you'll be doing. And so just being in that and having some space there, you might have something to write on or something like that, or record for yourself what you get in that space, because that's like golden. It's a beautiful space to be able to get and receive what is happening in the future.
What I'm getting right away is that I've spent almost my entire life being vegan and not using animal source at all. That means something to me.
Yes, blessings to you. I leave that with you. Thank you. Reverend David, may I come to you?
Please do.
There's these particular patterns that are surrounding you at this time. And you know exactly what these patterns are, because these are all the ancient patterns that you have cultivated within yourself and for others as well. These are the future teachings, and you absorbing into those patterns will be very helpful for these next new people that come into the chapel. They're ready for that. I leave that with you. Blessings to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jennifer. Reverend Michael, may I come to you?
Yes, please.
The colors, so this is interesting because when we tell each other a color, it changes for each person, but it's very, very, very direct, and it's saying the colors of black and white. It has something to do with you and pattern of your, the way you program things, the way the system within the mind and how you create. There is something to do with the colors of black and white for you to meditate with that. Get a notebook specifically for this. Okay, it's like really direct. Don't go losing these papers. Okay, it's saying to have a notebook specifically for this black and white. It's saying method. Okay, black and white method of there's going to be all these different little things that you're going to be writing in with black and white. So just know that and be organized in this particular one, because this is really important. I leave that with you. Blessings.
Thank you.
I am the next medium. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Kathy, may I come to you?
Mute, maybe?
Kathy?
I'm asking her to unmute right now.
Yes, please. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you. That's the voice. I don't get anything of it until I hear the voice. Thank you. As I come into your presence, Kathy, I want to let you know that there's an energy within you that's starting to open up, that is as to develop your spirituality and your psychic ability. And the months ahead of you, you're going to be able to unfold that at a pace that is comfortable for you. But knowing that when you do open up there's some agitation that will pass. The chemicals in your body are going to be changing. So don't be concerned if the body in the solar plexus area or the spine starts to activate a little bit. That's the opening up of nerves, and that's also the chemicals that are changing in your body. You're making some great steps right now, so keep on doing what you're doing, and you're going to be able to develop and be very happy with yourself. I'll leave that with you, and God bless you.
Thank you. Bless you.
Well, there leaves one last. Reverend Angie, may I come to you?
Yes, please.
You know, as I come into your presence today, I see the symbol of order here with you. And you know, order has a couple functions. One of the order is the sequence of events and also adjusting. You have moved in awareness now, so know that these next few days, there's going to be some adjusting going through there. And the best way to adjust is in the silence. And so know that when you're getting these different sensations and everything, especially up and down the spine, that's adjusting too. So be still and know that there's a clear understanding coming up with some actions to be done before the end of the year. And you're going to be able to do them very well and take your time doing them. And I leave that with you, and God bless you.
Thank you.
I want to thank each of you for coming and sharing this time with you today. And I'm impressed to tell you, you know, that spiritualism is in the sciences of metaphysics. And we teach the metaphysics and the ability to form those in there. And one of the best ways to start understanding it is a self-realization class. We talk about the different sciences and we talk about the different avenues that you have to do that, and also the development of your psychic ability, which is very essential in what we're doing today. So if you want to develop that more, come to the Tuesday nights self-realization class at 5 o'clock. Okay, now we're going to sing Let There Be Love. Let there be love on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be love on earth, for love that was meant to be. With God as our glory, united are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let the Lord begin with me, and this be the moment come. Every step I take, let this be my song of love. To take each moment and live each moment in love eternally. Let there be honor and let it begin. Mother, Father, God, we do give thanks for sharing your presence here today. And as we move on our path, let us extend the love and the protection that's in and around and through each of us today to that path, so the highest and best will manifest in our life. When we meet those on our path, let us extend the love that is abundant. We give thanks. Amen.
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 Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Oh,
have a
I
wonderful
love
week.
your Christmas hat.